morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. It's the last edition of The Conversation for the week, the Friday edition. I am Abimbola Bello.
Happy it's Friday. I get to rest tomorrow. I basically dragged myself out of bed this morning. Good morning and welcome to The Conversation. I am Joy Olu.
All right, let's begin the show today. Of course, it's the last edition for the week. Let's take a news point this morning. And so because Joy is hosting me this morning, I'll be taking the Lagos story. Abby? Okay. All right, of course, this story says Hajj terminal ready for Lagos other states pilgrims. The Federal Airport Authority, FAN, says its Lagos Airport Hajj terminal is ready for transport of intending pilgrims as from May 9, which is today. The manager, Pilgrims and Cargo Terminal, Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Mr. Adedayo Alale, said this during a tour of the terminal in Lagos yesterday. Alale said the facilities installed at the terminal included closed-circuit television cameras to ensure adequate security. According to Alale, the terminal also implemented contactless processes, including automated machines and separate areas for different activities to minimize interactions between pilgrims and staff. You can see, and now this is quoting Mr. Alale, you can see the total refurbishment of the building under the leadership of Mrs. Olubumi Kuku. She has proven to the whole world that she is capable of leading the organization. End of quote. Of course, it said a linguistic team had been consulted to ensure seamless communication at the cargo terminal. So meaning that if it's Yoruba, if it is English, Igbo, Hausa, or any language, they will speak in the language the traveler understands. So Alale called for cooperation of airlines and other stakeholders to ensure seamless operations. Well, the story as it is means that now that the cargo terminal is ready, it means that the airlifting of pilgrims to the Holy Land can begin in earnest. I'm sure that as the days, go by, the Lagos State contingent will let us know when they will start airlifting passengers to the Holy Land. So immediately you hear things like this, you know that we are smelling Ileya.
Yes, coming. This is the one that is still ram.
Yes, this is the ram one. So, okay, let's take your story,
let's
Joy.
keep our toothpicks down.
Thank you.
All right. Tinubu, Trump, world leaders congratulate American Pope. Felicitations from world leaders greeted the emergence of Cardinal Robert Prevost, Pope Leo XIV, as the 267th Bishop of Rome. Pope Leo XIV was elected on Thursday after the fourth ballot cast by cardinals in the conclave, which began on Wednesday. The 69-year-old Prevost is the first American pope in the history of the Catholic Church. He succeeds Pope Francis, who died on April 21, 2025, which was Easter Monday. Pope, who is of the religious order of St. Augustine, was ordained a priest on June 19, 1982 by Archbishop Jean Jadot at the Augustinian College of St. Monica. The new pope, born on September 14, 1955 in Chicago, Illinois, spent many years as a missionary in Peru before being elected head of the Augustinians for 2 consecutive terms. I'm just jumped down. President Bola said the election of Pope Leo XIV opens a new chapter in the history of Catholic Church and the values of love, humanity, and charity, particularly to the underprivileged that it has consistently projected. World leaders, have also sent in their congratulatory messages. You also have Donald Trump, who has called the appointment a great honor for the country and said he looked forward to meeting Pope Francis, describing it as a very meaningful moment. I think they meant the new Pope and not Pope Francis.
Exactly, that was an error.
An error there.
Well, yes, for those who've been monitoring and, seeing where this would end, I know that yesterday when the news broke that the white smoke had been sighted at the conclave, it meant that, a new Pope had emerged. And for Donald Trump, I'm sure he'll be so glad this is an American, coming close to home. But then we can only wish the new Pope, well, because again, this is a call to service, and we just do hope that he'll be able to, do all of that is expected of him as a pontiff going forward. And I know that usually there's this attachment towards how they are called. He chose Pope Leo,
yeah.
and
Usually change their names once they become Pope.
and when everybody begins to know them as the new Pope, and then you hear Pope Leo, so he will now be called Pope Leo.
Yeah.
Pope Leo the 16th?
14th.
The 14th, okay. So Pope Francis, many people didn't even know his name until he died.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people will forget this one now, and now that he's a new Pope. Okay, well, that's it on that scene. Let's quickly go on to the X platform this morning and take a look at one of the many trending stories. Of course, on that platform, Anambra State is trending, perhaps for the good reasons. This time round, Mr. President was in Anambra yesterday, felicitating with Dr. Chukwuma Soludo during, the inauguration of certain projects. And this is the first time Anambra State will have a state house. For me, yesterday was, of course, Mr. President. And anywhere he goes, he likes to just make a mark. He stood up for Charles Soludo and he danced. He danced with him, and for him, it was more or less like, okay, him coming to Anambra was a statement on its own. And I think that Charles Soludo was honored by having Mr. President in Anambra yesterday.
His visit will also bring a lot of development to Anambra State, so we're looking forward to it.
Hopefully. Of course, if we go by what the governor said yesterday, he was honored to welcome Mr. President to Anambra State, where, the president unveils the government house, mini city and solution fund city, symbols of the government's audacious dreams for a new Anambra. And these projects showcase the commitment to transforming the state into a hub of enterprise, knowledge, and pleasure. And he was grateful for the president's presence and support, and he did call on, like they call themselves, Anambarians, to work together for a brighter future for the state and Nigeria. So congratulations are in right order for the people of Anambra
State. And they say there is money and there is Anambra money. I think so. Anambra people, they are proud.
Coming from Joy, okay. coming from Joy. So those of you from Anambra, are you truly proud? I'm sure you have joy to contend with. After all, I didn't say it. So hold her at the end of this program. All right, that's it on what's trending on the on our hashtag today. You can also go onto the X platform and find out why this particular story is trending. So we will take a quick break. When we return, the conversation continues.